I'm Chris Hansen, right now on Crime Watch Daily from here in New York. A missing girl mystery turns into a potential serial killer investigation, straight out of Silence of the Lambs.
I want you to tell me what you did to her and where she is.
Just please let her be alive. Let me find her, let her be alive.
A race against time to find 17-year-old Alexis Murphy.
I'm just playing with my hair.
Last seen on this grainy gas station surveillance video, leading detectives to this man.
I did not kill Alexis Murphy.
His camper is packed with disturbing clues.
The faces of those images were cut out.
But is he the perpetrator?
I think he was stalking her.
Or could it be a serial killer striking other young girls in the same small town?
It's like a massive puzzle that you're trying to find all the pieces to.
Right now,
Andrea Isemser with Crime Watch Daily.
Jason Matera with Crime Watch Daily.
this
I'm Elizabeth. I'm here with Crime Watch.
I'm Michelle from Crime Watch Daily.
Anna Garcia from Crime Watch.
is Crime Watch Daily.
Stay off my property. We'll find you again. We always do.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris Hansen. Welcome to Crime Watch Daily. You're looking at the last known images of Alexis Murphy. The 17-year-old's whereabouts remain a mystery to this day. We're in Virginia now with more on Murphy's case. Here's Anna Garcia.
In case y'all didn't know, it's Black Girl Sunday.
A young girl is missing.
She walked at the house and that was the last time I ever seen him.
But who's responsible?
He's the kind of person that makes the hair on your neck stand up.
Police make an arrest.
He became a clear suspect then.
But do they have the right man?
I think he was stalking her. He had seen her before.
Something wasn't right.
Senior pictures are right around the corner for 17-year-old Alexis Murphy, and she is headed out to get her hair done.
Hi. I had to make this long ass drive. I don't want to do it. But I'm gonna turn up. It's nothing new. I'll let your girl.
Oh, she could make you smile, yeah. I miss her so much.
Alexis's mom, Laura, recalls that Saturday in early August, now every detail of the day engraved in her memory.
I was getting up to go to work. I know she coming down because I knew I was supposed to give her some money for her hair. She was laughing, she was happy. And she walked at the house and that was the last time I ever seen her.
Just after 3 p.m., Alexis posts on her Twitter account, Bergbound. She's on her way to Lynchburg, about a 20-minute drive from her home in Shipman, Virginia. Alexis's mother is on her way out too, to work the overnight shift at the post office. But in the wee hours of Sunday morning, Alexis's grandmother, who lives with them, awakes to a terrifying discovery. Alexis didn't make her midnight curfew.
She had never done that before. That's something that's not right. That's not Alexis.
Laura called me, and she said Alexis didn't come home, and I told her right then and there she needed to call the cops. I was trying to keep calm and not panic because, you know, as a father, you know, in this situation by not coming home at a curfew and not bringing my car home, you know, you think about just about anything runs through your mind.
The local sheriff's department is notified of the missing teen, and so are friends of Alexis. And she's got a lot. Alexis's social media footprint is large, with thousands of followers turned searchers.
Social media was a big help because they put it out there so people just start coming and searching with them. But they called the state police in, and they had the helicopter in the air that night. The FBI was on ground too.
Then just 3 days after Alexis goes missing, police make a disturbing discovery.
Her father's car that she was driving was found in a movie theater parking lot here in Charlottesville. You know, abandoned, nobody was in it.
But at some point, someone was, and it's captured on nearby mall surveillance cameras.
The car is seen pulling in around 10:30 at night, the day after she went missing.
And who's the mystery driver behind the wheel?
You couldn't see who got out of it though, and you know, they really tried to enhance the video, but it was just a very grainy black and white surveillance video. It was at night. We were never able to see on the camera who drove the car.
Then investigators get a hunch.
It was More or less just brainstorming where she could possibly go. You know, we knew that that was a place where she would hang out.
The Liberty gas station in Lovingston, where local teens hang out after school and on weekends. And sure enough,
Yeah, we did find video of her coming into the gas station and purchasing gas shortly before she disappeared.
and when detectives study the tape,
Absolutely normal. You know, she appeared to be happy. There was nothing wrong. She didn't seem upset.
but on her way out of the gas station, frame by frame, there it is.
A man holding a door for a woman to leave the store, and she walks out, doesn't look at him, doesn't say anything, she doesn't stop, just like just an everyday, you know, nothing extraordinary about it.
But was that really the case? The man in the surveillance video holding the door for Alexis is sporting a large and unique-looking neck tattoo. Cops take notice. And they take notice of something else, too. The man's equally distinctive car.
A camouflage Suburban.
At the same time, the FBI zeroes in on Alexis's cell phone signal. It's pinging and it's eerily close.
And we determined that her cell phone was located in an area about maybe 1 mile north of that gas station.
And when FBI agents and Virginia State Police swarm the area of the cell phone's location,
It was abandoned property. It was an old house right beside Route 29, right along the main highway. Of course, since it was in the summertime, there's so much vegetation, you know, 5 feet away from the road, you're in the shadows.
and parked within the overgrown brush,
A very conspicuous camouflage Suburban that was pulled also into that area.
quickly detectives are greeted by a familiar face.
He had a very large tattoo on his neck of Daffy Duck.
Investigators believe he's the same man on the surveillance tape at the gas station who held the door for Alexis.
He met them at the beginning of the property, and he certainly didn't say anything directly, you know, that would implicate him.
But the creepy factor is about to go off the charts when seasoned detectives approach his camper.
He had a video camera on top of his camper pointing out to the driveway. And just his general demeanor, he was normal at first. He's the kind of person that makes the hair on your neck stand up, I guess is the best way I can put it.
The man identifies himself as Randy Taylor and invites detectives inside. Once inside the camper, something sparkly catches a detective's eye.
A diamond stud, which would be similar to like a nose piercing or an earring, in the carpet, as well as a fingernail. On the pillow of his bed, there was a long black hair that was consistent with an African-American female.
Cops' radar is definitely up, but they still need more. For now, they leave Randy's property and take the potential evidence for DNA testing. Their next move is to immediately review the gas station surveillance video. They hope to discover something that will directly connect Randy to Alexis's disappearance. That's when they check another angle, a camera focused outside the gas station.
Shortly after she was seen leaving the store with him holding the door, you could see his vehicle go by northbound, which is where his camper was, and then her father's Nissan right behind him.
Up next,
He denied everything.
investigators have videotape evidence of Randy and Alexis together.
As he put it, laughing and smiling, and that was the last that he saw of her.
Or could there be someone else?
Teenager Alexis Murphy was going to get her hair done for her senior pictures when she suddenly vanished. Her car was found, but she was not. However, cops do have video of her talking to a man in a camouflage Suburban the day she disappeared. Here's Anna Garcia with more of our all-new investigation.
I'm just playing with my hair. It's so lustrous, I think.
17-year-old Alexis Murphy is missing.
At that moment in time, like, I realized that something has really happened to her, and it's not a game.
The last moments of the Virginia teen are caught on tape with a man identified as Randy Taylor.
I want you to tell me what you did to her and where she is.
And what's his connection, if any, to the disappearance of Alexis Murphy?
Just please let her be alive. Let me find her, let her be alive.
The potential evidence police discovered inside Randy's camper is sent to the Virginia State Police Crime Lab for DNA testing. The diamond stud, strand of hair, and broken fingernail
Matched Alexis's DNA. Once that was a match, he became a clear suspect then.
But Randy says he can explain.
Once he knew that we knew, he finally said, okay, I saw her.
He tells detectives they've got it all wrong and the wrong man.
He said that her and, as he put it, a black guy with dreadlocks came to his camper to get drugs. They drank a few beers and then she left his camper, as he put it, laughing and smiling, and that was the last that he saw of her.
Randy claims Alexis left with the African-American man with dreadlocks, and he gives cops a name.
His name was Damian Bradley, and Mr. Bradley, you know, he knew of Alexis. You know, we go and talk to him because, we want to get to the bottom of this.
And
he flat out denies even ever meeting Mr. Taylor. He certainly wasn't the last person to be with Alexis. He didn't accompany her to Randy's camper.
And according to detectives, Damian Bradley's alibi is solid.
The weekend that this happened, he was with his father in Alabama. He wasn't even in town.
With potentially incriminating DNA and Randy's false statements, cops have enough to arrest him on abduction charges.
She didn't leave that place laughing and smiling like he said that she did.
And when police tell Alexis' family they've made an arrest, the name Randy Taylor doesn't ring a bell, but his face does.
When I saw his face, I thought, you know, this guy looks really familiar, but I could not put my finger on it until it came out that he used to work at a used car lot, and I had actually bought a used car from them, and he was the person who handed me my keys.
But who is Randy Taylor? When detectives start asking around the small town, they get an earful.
The attendants at the gas station where they were seen together, they just said that he always made them feel uncomfortable. He would just take his Suburban back into a corner parking lot and just sit there for over an hour and just watch people coming in and out of the store.
People or teenage girls? Police have their suspicions. Then cops get a call from an employee at a porn shop. He claims just 45 minutes before Randy was at the gas station, he was in his store purchasing 2 adult videos.
His getting pornography that day, we felt that there was a sexual motivation to this. It was at that point that we felt that we really needed to get inside the camper and to start, we started developing probable cause to go get a search warrant.
And once they get one, federal agents and local police race to Randy's property to take another look inside the camper. And there, under the couch, they make a dreadful discovery.
They found a t-shirt balled up under the sofa, and it had black hair extensions and then a set of artificial eyelashes.
The shirt appears to be the same one Randy is wearing in the surveillance video, except for one noticeable change.
So there was a stain on the back of the shirt. It turned out that it was blood.
And like before, the items are sent out for DNA testing.
The DNA on the eyelashes, the hair extensions, and the blood stain matched Alexis's DNA.
Then inside the abandoned home on Randy's property, investigators unearth evil. It's a scrapbook, and when they open it up, they get a glimpse inside the mind of a potential madman.
Pornographic pictures. The faces of those images were cut out. Photos of a female were taped on top of those photos.
But just whose face is it?
The daughter of one of his co-workers.
Still missing is Alexis's cell phone. Her friends and family claim the social media maven was never without it. That's when detectives get an idea.
The Department of Corrections in Virginia has canines that are specifically trained to detect cellular phones.
Right away, the police canines are unleashed on Randy's property.
And found her iPhone about 15 feet from where his camper was, and it was shattered.
For it to be found on his property was major.
With the evidence mounting against Randy Taylor, he sits back in a jail cell on abduction charges. But Randy swears he's innocent and speaks out to a local news station.
I did not kill Alexis Murphy or hurt Alexis Murphy.
Do you know where she is?
No, sir, I do not.
And do you know what happened to her?
No, sir, I do not.
And maybe he's telling the truth. Authorities begin to wonder if something bigger is at play in the small town of Charlottesville. At this time, there are numerous police reports of other girls who have gone missing in the same area. All their cases, unsolved mysteries.
Something wasn't right.
Coming up, do authorities have the right man?
I did not murder Alexis Murphy. I did not abduct Alexis Murphy.
Or could there be a serial killer on the loose?
He was a suspect in another missing girl. Never found her body.
Randy Taylor is the prime suspect in the disappearance of teenager Alexis Murphy. Surveillance video puts the two together the day she went missing, and more evidence keeps piling up. Our Anna Garcia found out this isn't the first time Randy Taylor has been linked to a missing teen.
17-year-old Virginia teen Alexis Murphy is missing.
Celebrate your girl.
Cops arrest 48-year-old Randy Taylor on abduction charges.
We wanted to punish Mr. Taylor for what he really did.
But with the increasing number of missing girls in the area, authorities wonder if they have the right man or if a serial killer is to blame.
Something wasn't right. Investigators were helping us also to try to find some kind of link.
October 17, 2009, 20-year-old Virginia Tech student Morgan Harrington went missing from Charlottesville, the same town where Alexis's car was discovered. Morgan's body was found 3 months later in a field south of town. September 13, 2010, 19-year-old Samantha Clark went missing in the town of Orange, Virginia, just minutes from Charlottesville. Her body was never discovered. And again on the same date of September 13th, but in 2014, 18-year-old Hannah Graham disappeared after a night out with college friends in Charlottesville. 5 weeks later, her remains were discovered in a nearby abandoned property.
It was just one of those things that they couldn't quite put their finger on it. It just didn't seem right.
For 5 long months, the authorities searched for Alexis.
I think you're just numb at that point. You wake up from whatever hours of sleep you manage to get, and you just have hope that today is going to be the day that she comes home. Today will be the day that we find her.
Sadly, that day never comes for Alexis's family.
So at that point, I started researching homicides without a body. And I ran across a case in Virginia from the 1980s, the Stephen Epperly case. That woman has not been found in over 30 years. Her killer has been convicted and he's in the Department of Corrections.
Then, in an unprecedented move, prosecutor Anthony Martin charges Randy with Alexis's murder.
We should not reward a person by not charging them with murder just because they're good at hiding the body.
Only 2 cases in Virginia have ever moved forward with a murder charge without a body.
It's rare to get a conviction without a body.
But after only 5 days of testimony, the jury of 5 men and 7 women found Randy Taylor guilty of first-degree murder and abduction with intent to defile. He's sentenced to 2 life sentences. Alexis's family reacts to the verdict on their way out of court.
It's like winning the lottery.
But better.
Not that I've ever won the lottery, but it was pretty amazing. Just felt like justice had been served, and wherever Alexis is, she can be at peace now.
Then, in a stunning turn of events, just 2 months after Randy Taylor's murder conviction, this bombshell. A suspected serial killer makes local news headlines. His name, Jesse Matthew.
He was a person of interest that came about in the Morgan Harrington case, and then he later came up with the UVA student Hannah Graham.
Jesse Matthew is charged with the abduction and murder of Morgan Harrington and Hannah Graham. Both girls went missing out of Charlottesville, the same area where Alexis disappeared.
That was even more concerning.
And there's something about Jesse Matthew that stands out to investigators working the Alexis Murphy case.
He was a large African-American guy, the black guy with dreadlocks.
The same description Randy gave cops of the man he claimed left his camper with Alexis.
He still says that he's innocent.
There's just too many things that haven't been told for me to be convicted of murder of Alexis Murphy. I did not murder Alexis Murphy. I did not abduct Alexis Murphy.
Coming up,
Mr. Taylor had already been convicted at that point.
is Alexis Murphy just another victim of suspected serial killer Jesse Matthew?
It's like a massive puzzle that you're trying to find all the pieces to.
And is Randy Taylor an innocent man wrongly convicted or something else?
I don't think Alexis was his first rodeo. I don't think she was the first girl.
Randy Taylor sits behind bars for the murder of Alexis Murphy. Even though there is a mountain of evidence that points to him as the killer, Taylor maintains it wasn't him. And some new evidence is certainly raising some eyebrows. Anna Garcia is back now with more.
Randy Taylor is convicted of murdering missing Virginia teenager Alexis Murphy.
He got what he deserved.
But did he?
Jesse Matthew was a person of interest in 2 other homicides in Central Virginia.
Authorities begin to wonder if they've just convicted the wrong man.
That's not good at all. We want to know what the truth is.
Randy Taylor sits behind bars convicted of abducting and murdering 17-year-old Alexis Murphy. Randy has always maintained his innocence and is sticking to his story.
He said that her and, as he put it, a black guy with dreadlocks came to his camper, to get drugs.
And after that, Taylor says Alexis left with the mystery man.
As he put it, laughing and smiling, and that was the last that he saw of her.
Then comes the shocking arrest of suspected serial killer Jesse Matthew. Now authorities are beginning to wonder if Randy Taylor is telling the truth.
Jesse Matthew was a person of interest in 2 other homicides in Central Virginia, and because he had, he was sort of fit the description of what Mr. Taylor said, his attorney wanted us to explore whether or not Jesse Matthew had anything to do with Alexis Murphy.
Cops take Matthew's DNA and compare it to other samples extracted from Randy's camper. The results come back, and it's a monumental moment.
He was excluded from our case. We strongly feel he had nothing to do with Alexis's case whatsoever.
It's proof that Randy Taylor is the killer, and his murder conviction and 2 life sentences will stand.
I consider him to be a cold-blooded killer.
But now, with hard DNA evidence, Taylor changes his story. He makes an 11th hour confession and wants to cut a new deal.
He suddenly is sentenced and wants to, give us the location, or as he put it, tell you where she is.
You heard right. Randy tells prosecutors that he will tell them where Alexis's body is in exchange for reducing his 2 life sentences down to 20 years. Alexis's family is quick to react.
I couldn't rest, or my family couldn't rest, knowing that we didn't do all that we could, and we had the opportunity to put this monster away for forever.
That means no deal for convicted killer Randy Taylor. Sadly, it also means no real closure for Alexis's family.
She deserves to be laid to rest somewhere where we can go and, that's her place. She deserves that. Everyone deserves that.
We'll keep looking and hopefully find her, but we're not going to give in to him.
Alexis's family agrees with prosecutors. Randy Taylor is a menace to society.
I definitely think if he didn't get the 2 life sentences that he would have struck again.
Or did he already?
Randy Taylor has done this before with the case in Orange County. He's not been charged yet. That's still an active investigation.
Her name is Samantha Clark. The 19-year-old went missing from the town of Orange, just 28 miles from Charlottesville in 2010. Her body has never been found. Cops originally suspected Jesse Matthew. Samantha's case was reviewed to see if there was any connection. There wasn't, at least not to Jesse Matthew.
He was the last person that had tried to contact Samantha Clark before she went missing, and she's never been seen again.
That person? None other than Randy Taylor.
I think Alexis was his first rodeo. I don't think she was the first girl. I don't think he ever imagined that the FBI would be involved or that this case would ever be as big as it has become. And that's where he made his mistake.
A mistake that suggests that Jesse Matthew isn't the only suspected serial killer in the small community of Charlottesville, Virginia.
Randy Taylor's a predator.
According to investigators, Randy Taylor knew Samantha because they lived in the same trailer park at the time of her disappearance. Police Chief Jim Fenwick confirms that Randy Taylor spoke to Samantha on the phone immediately before she went missing. Chief Fenwick makes this statement to a local newspaper. We've heard through various means that the Samantha Clark case is being referred to as a cold case, and quite frankly, that's the furthest thing from the truth. The chief says Randy Taylor is currently a person of interest in the Samantha Clark case. If convicted of Samantha Clark's murder, Randy Taylor could face the death penalty.
Randy Taylor will never be out of prison to exact this kind of pain on someone else, but please believe there are plenty more out there like him.
Jesse Matthew has now been convicted for abducting and murdering Morgan Harrington and Hannah Graham and is serving 4 consecutive life sentences. As a result of the 3 murders, Alexis's Aunt Trina is now working with an organization called Help Save the Next Girl by remembering the 3 they lost.
Alexis was abducted in broad open daylight in a town that has about, 10,000 residents. If it can happen to her, it can happen to anybody. And if it can happen there, it can happen anywhere.
Randy Taylor is serving 2 life sentences for the murder of Alexis Murphy. But there are still a lot of questions about the case. We brought in attorney Jesse Weber to help break it all down. Jesse, as always, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
It's hard to prosecute a case with no body, much less get a conviction. How did this happen in this case?
Right, as you said, it's not common, but it does happen sometimes. Here, if you have circumstantial and forensic evidence that is so strong that you don't need a body, you might have enough to prosecute and ultimately convict. And here, there was just such a mountain load of evidence against Randy, from everything that was found in his trailer, to the surveillance footage, to the eyewitnesses, that the prosecution felt that they had enough to find him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Now, he offered to show them the location of where the body was if he got a 20-year sentence.
That's common. I mean, a lot of times you'll have the accused say, you know what, I'll show you the body if you reduce my prison sentence or you don't give me the death penalty. Here he's saying, I know where the body is, but I had nothing to do with the murder, someone else did it. It pretty much points the finger at him that he had something to do with it.
So that wasn't going to work for him.
Well, it's also tricky because we don't know when he spoke to his lawyers about when he knew the location of the body. Many times he could have said, listen, I know the location of the body, don't mention until I get convicted. Or maybe he got convicted and then told his lawyers. So it is a factor to consider.
He's appealed once, lost. Do you think he's got a shot if he appeals again?
Probably not. I mean, the reasons for his appeal were common, but it doesn't work here. He says that he needed a fair trial, that the trial should have been moved to a different venue, but there's no evidence that the jury was biased, that the media coverage adversely affected the outcome. There was a gag order put in by the judge, which prevented anybody from, in the case, speaking to the media. And then he also claims that he was poorly represented by counsel, but that is a very tough, strict burden. So I don't see much success for him
Not
in the
happening.
future. No.
All right, Jesse Weber, as always, thank you very much.
You.
For more information on this case, you can go to crimewatchdaily.com. Coming up, kidnapped, assaulted, then dumped on the side of the road. The Sheriff's Department races to catch 2 monsters after one of their own is attacked. Crime Watch Daily with new details about the suspects in custody and their possible connection to another brutal assault. That's next. It's one of the most brazen sexual assault cases we've covered here on Crime Watch Daily. Police say 2 men kidnap a sheriff's deputy from the jail parking lot, attack her, and then leave her on the side of the road. Today, we're learning much more about the 2 suspects charged in this case. This surveillance tape seemed to be the only clue to the identities of two men accused in the violent sexual assault of a sheriff's deputy.
Neither subject gets out of the car. Nobody pumps any gas. Nobody throws anything away, and sits there until our deputy leaves.
That deputy says the men kidnapped and repeatedly raped her for 2 hours. The assault shook her department to its very core.
We will put our heart and soul into the investigation.
Two men are eventually arrested, and shockingly, the investigation leads cops to another city 30 miles away to solve the alleged gang rape of another woman.
They kept taking turns.
We're protecting her identity, but in a dramatic story Crime Watch Daily is following, a second victim speaks on camera for the first time about her harrowing ordeal.
They pulled me to the side of the bed and bent me over.
She says the brutal sexual assault happened while her 2-year-old daughter slept next to her.
They kept having sex with me, multiple guys at a time, and it was horrifying.
The 31-year-old claims in her case there were at least 3 men. She remembers being blindfolded and recalls hearing them bragging that they were gang raping her to celebrate one of the men's birthdays. Neighbors were horrified after hearing about the alleged assault that happened in their apartment complex.
It's terrible. It really is. I'm starting to get upset about it. I'm sorry. And like I said, I have a wife, I have a mother, I have a sisters. And for any man to ever do that to any woman without her saying yes, it's wrong.
At the time, without any clear suspects, Independence, Missouri police closed the first victim's case. Then 8 months after that, the alleged rapists strike again, attacking another woman, the young female deputy only 6 months on the job. 11:30 p.m. The officer stopped at this convenience store before reporting for duty. She's still in civilian clothing. 2 men in the dark blue Mazda, police say, sit, wait, and study their unsuspecting prey. Then, cops say, the driver of the Mazda makes a move.
At the time she backs out and leaves, he exits and follows her.
The young deputy pulls into the sheriff's booking facility parking lot and leaves her car. But on this night, the rookie cop would never make it to roll call. The men pounce on the deputy, drag her into the Mazda, and drive off. And for the next 2 hours, according to police, the victim is subjected to harrowing acts of sexual assault, including rape and sodomy. 30 miles away, the shaken victim is dumped off on a rural road.
She was let out of the vehicle, told to keep her head covered until the vehicle could no longer be heard.
Lost and terrified, she walks on an isolated path. Before long, a sign of sanctuary. The perpetrators had abandoned her near a local sheriff's station.
She saw the lights of our parking lot and then the sheriff's sign at the top of the building.
Cops desperately hunted for the alleged rapists.
She was able to obtain several brief glimpses. In her opinion, they were in their late teens to mid-20s.
Police make a public appeal, and thanks to a tip, nab these 2 alleged baby-faced brutes, Brady Newman Cadell and William Luth. Shockingly, a husband, a father of a young child. Police say the Mazda they were allegedly driving is registered to Luth's wife. Both are charged with aggravated kidnapping, rape, and sodomy, and have not yet pled.
With these 2 being in custody, that we can empower those individuals to come forward and talk to law enforcement about what happened to them.
And cops now say at least one of these men was involved in the attack on this woman. In her case, Cadell is charged with first-degree rape, sodomy, and endangering the welfare of a child. Luth has not been charged, but jail records show his birthday is February 8th, the day before the vicious attack in Independence, Missouri. No other arrests have been made in this case.